Hello, this is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I got a new radio. It's new to me. I've had it about a week. Anna at Anon-Co graciously sent me this latest version of the Tecsun PL-368. That's the one on this side. And on the box, it's identified in a strange place. On the cover, right there, it tells you the version, 2021.3 version 1. So this is the latest version. Comes in a couple of colors, yellow or orange, gray, and black. This is the black. Also included in the box is the manual, and this is a pretty extensive manual because this radio has a lot of features. And it's going to take me a couple of shows to go through all the features and do the reception test. It's going to take a while, so bear with me. This is going to be an overview. Also comes with a case to put on your belt. Nice case. Comes with, and this is unique to this line of radios. This one here is one I've had for a couple of years. This is actually a Tecsun PL-360, but it was sold by Countycom. They sent it to me for review under the model number GP-5DSP. There was another version that came out later that added single sideband. This one does not have a single sideband. The new one does have single sideband. Here is the antenna for long wave and medium wave, which plugs into a port on the top of the radio. This is very unique to this radio. Also comes with a charging cable. Now this radio, the new one, uses one of those little cell phone batteries. I'll show that to you in a second. And it comes with a pair of earbuds. Alrighty, let's get that stuff out of the way. And I'm going to do, at the beginning here, I'm going to do a little comparison between the two radios. Now, also, Anna sent me an email with the hidden features. And I'm just going to briefly show you that email, and then, well, maybe I will. I had it here a second ago. Yeah, here it is. And I'm not going to go over these at this time. I just mentioned them. So the first thing is you can switch between the internal ferrite. It has an internal ferrite antenna for medium wave and long wave, to the external one, which I just showed you. You can adjust the maximum volume level. It's another hidden feature. And you can see the firmware version. Lastly, you can extend the shortwave range for European to start at 1.621 instead of 1.7, I believe. Yeah, 1.711. So that's three things that aren't in the manual. We'll be going over those in detail later. All right, let's get back to the radios. Now the new one, the PL-368, came out with the new line of Tecsun radios, like the PL-990 and the H-501 and 501X. So it's that vintage. And a lot of the functions have been added to it, added to the 360 that are in those newer models. Now, Countycom sold, like I said before, they sold the PL PL-360 under their number, and the PL-365, which added the single sideband. This older one, or the two older ones, use, and I'll see if I can get it open here. There we go. Use 3 AAA batteries, which made it a little heavy, not tremendously, it was just a little hefty. Has a belt clip, and I'll be explaining more why it has a built-in belt clip. Now, I probably can't easily, let's see if I can do this without spending too much time. There we go, snapped right in place. Sometimes it's easy to get that cover on, and sometimes. The display, same size. Most of the nomenclature is the same on both radios. There are some things added to the display on the new one because of the newer functions. The telescopic antenna, I just broke my fingernail. The telescopic antenna on this one, the older one, you can see that it had this, on this particular radio, had this orange dot. And it was a little heftier. Now let me lay this down carefully and extend. Here's the antenna, shortwave antenna, shortwave and FM. Now extend it, and you can see it's longer, so therefore it's thinner at the top. And I won't be able to show you because my camera's not back far enough. But I would guess on the PL-368, the antenna is almost a foot longer. So that's a big advantage. So let me put this down. Careful not to break anything. As someone pointed out in one of my other shows, when you put these antennas down, start at the bottom. Don't start at the top and push down. You're liable to break them off. Okay, so now they're both down. Now, back to batteries. This one uses the BL-5C cell phone battery. People are not too excited about these cell phone batteries, but they're getting very, very common in these small radios. And of course, they're used in cell phones. So it's not hard to find one. You won't find one probably in a truck stop or something like that. You might. You get that all the way back on? Yeah, okay. Because of the batteries, the new radio is slightly, just barely thinner. It's really hard to detect it, but it's a little thinner. It's a lot lighter because of the battery. I haven't done any battery testing to see what the life of the battery is. Of course, with the AAAs, it's really going to depend on what kind of batteries you get. All right, let's get back to, so now we're going to kind of concentrate on the new radio. It's really, this style or this line of radio is really for mobile use. When I say mobile use, like for going to the park and listening to shortwave or FM or even medium wave DXing or long wave. So it's easily fits in your hand. It has a very nice belt clip, and it's got, the new model has that longer antenna. So you typically, and you don't want to set it up on your desk like that. It has a tendency to fall over. Not really built for that. So I have confiscated one of my cell phone stands to help me in this video. Not perfect. I'd like to find a stand that I can push this belt clip through. I've seen them, but I don't have one. Alrighty, let's move on go over some of the features of the radio. Now this radio, let's kind of go around the radio. Over here we have tuning knob and the volume knob, and here is the charging port to charge that radio. Charge that battery. These two knobs also have other functions depending on what you're doing, and I'll go with those later, maybe not even in this show. If we can get a close-up here, if the camera will focus. So we've got a lot of buttons. One thing that really stands out is this has a numeric keypad, which the older one did not. And to me, that was a big disadvantage. So you either had to manual tune or use the ATS function. Could not direct tune. This one has a keypad, you can direct tune. Many of the keys are used for multiple functions. And I'll be going over those probably in a later show, because I'm using up a lot of time and I haven't even started talking about the functions. So it has the original ATS function, automatic tuning and storing, but now it's added the ETM function, which differs from the ATS. The ATS, when you start to scan, it erases whatever you've stored previously. So you lose it. The ETM, as I understand it, I'm still learning, it does a similar thing, except it starts where you left off. So say a previous scan, it found 71 stations or strong signals. When you try it again, it will start at 72 and not overwrite those first 71. In the ATS function, it starts back from 0, everything's wiped out. That's the big difference. To me, that's a huge improvement, not improvement, but an additional function this one has. Now it does have 850 memories. It's got 100 for medium wave, FM and long wave, 150 for medium wave, 300 for short wave, and 100 each for single sideband and sync. Has a clock function, which when it's off, you see the clock. And it actually has, I think these are 2 different clocks. I may be wrong. This might be for a different purpose. Because, and I say that because when you're charging it, up here it displays the charge time. You can adjust on this one. You can adjust the bandwidths. You couldn't do that before. And there are numerous bandwidths. Let me just quickly, if I can, show you those bandwidths I've got. Jay, who has a website, does a lot of reviews of radios, he scanned the manual, which is quite small. Let me go back to the original manual. The printing is quite small. He scanned this in, and he got it scanned in a full page view. And so I printed out some of his pages. I'm trying to find the right one right now. And it's a big manual. It's got lots of information. It even explains what synchronous detection is. Okay, here's the bandwidths. Got a little shadow there. Long wave, medium wave, 2.5, 3.5, and 9. Short wave, 2.5, 3.5, and 5. Single sideband, 1.5, 0.5 for CW, for example, 1.2, 2.2, 3.0, and 4. So it's got lots of bandwidth selections, which the previous model didn't have any. They were built in or predetermined. The speaker has moved down. Oops, I got it off the screen. Speaker has moved down. It's down here now to accommodate the keypad. On this one, the speaker was up here. So you can see where the speaker had to move down to allow for the keypad. The sound quality is very good. Not super good because it's got a small speaker. Now, if I could just find my notes. I had to make notes on this radio because there's so much information. And let me see, we're up to 16 minutes already, so I'm going to wind this up. See if anything else I've missed. Like I say, some of these keys, the numeric keys, are multifunction, like for turning on and off long wave, for adjusting the medium wave steps from 9 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz for the US. You can use the keys right here, the arrow keys, for selecting the next meter band. It's got a clock, like I say. It's got an alarm or sleep timer, both alarm and sleep timer. So I'm going to stop here because there's so many things to go over on this. I'll be doing, like I say, multiple shows on this, showing you the functions, showing you the reception characteristics. So please stay with me. Have a great day. Again, thanks, Anna, for sending me these radios for review. Bye-bye.